The human has always been obsessed with the idea of hybridization and genetics, sciences in which genes of different genders are mixed to obtain new species of plants and animals possessing traits not existing in nature. This obsession with hybridization is not new, as humans have had the urge to mix different animal species since ancient times. Thus, in Greek mythology, for example, we find creatures like Pegasus, the winged horse, or the griffin, a mix between an eagle and a lion, not to mention the Sphinx, considered a mix between a lion and a human in ancient Egyptian civilization. These creatures combined the benign traits present in each individual they were composed of. Regardless of whether these animals were real in those eras or just myths, and despite some rejecting the principle of applying hybridization to animals, this hasn't stopped scientists from continuing their work in hybridizing animals and plants. This has led us to possess dozens of hybrid animals in the current age, whether through natural hybridization resulting from the mating of different species in the wild, or through human intervention via artificial insemination in labs and facilities. And one of the most famous hybrids known to people is the mule, which is the result of mating a female donkey with a male horse, but in fact, the mule is not the only hybrid. Welcome to Feral Finds, where truth meets mystery and reality intertwines with fantasy. In this episode, we will talk about the strangest hybrid animals ever. But before we begin, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to receive our videos. Scientists always try to hybridize different animals with somewhat different traits to combine these traits into a new, powerful animal with stunning characteristics. However, in the case of the jaglion, things are different. It is natural in reserves for animals of different species that may accidentally mate to separate from each other, but sometimes animals refuse to separate. In the Bear Creek Wildlife Sanctuary in Colorado, USA in 2006 AD, the first hybrid between a lioness and a male jaguar was born, named Jaglion. Before the mating of the animals, the sanctuary staff tried to separate the lioness and the jaguar, but astonishingly, both the male and female completely refused to separate. And when they were actually separated, they suffered severe disturbance and depression, so the staff had to return them together again, and as expected, the female mated with the male and gave birth to the first hybrid combining the traits of a lion and a jaguar. Jaglions possess the physical strength of a jaguar with a face resembling that of a lion, and their original color is the beautiful yellow of a lion, covered with circles resembling rose petals in dark brown, the same circles found on a jaguar's body. However, in some types of jaglions, they are predominantly melanistic due to the melanin gene present in jaguars, which colors their entire body black. It is known that the tiger is the largest of the big cats in size, but after mating a tiger with a lion, things changed. It is commonly accepted that lions and tigers usually do not overlap in the wild, yet there is one unique place where lions and tigers do overlap, and that is Gir National Forest in India. From India, hybrid animals between lions and tigers began to appear. In 1798 AD, the first mating between a lioness and a male tiger in India produced the first hybrid between them in history, the liger. This animal, which changed the record for the sizes of big cats, weighs about 550 kilograms. Although lions and tigers overlap in Gir National Forest in India, mating between them is not possible because lions and tigers are not inherently attracted to each other. The possibility of mating between a lion and a tiger is as likely as the possibility of mating between a human and a monkey. This fact angered many opponents of the idea of hybridization between animals, saying that the reason for mating is people who raise lions and tigers. They also said that mating by an irresponsible person, because mating between a male lion and a female tiger exposes the female to a great risk during pregnancy, as the fetus size is larger than normal, but Allah Almighty made the female endure this size. If the size is larger, it may require a cesarean section. Some tigresses carrying ligers die during childbirth. Also, even ligers themselves are not in good health at birth, and most of them die during childbirth or in their youth. Many people confuse between goats and sheep because sheep and goats are always raised together and resemble each other. But in reality, goats and sheep are two different species. If a goat mates with a sheep, a very rare hybrid is produced. In the Mabertung Zoo in Arizona, USA, an unusual mating occurred between a male goat and a female sheep, resulting in one of the strangest hybrid animals ever, named Geep. Geep's birth was a coincidence for Priscilla Mottola, the zoo owner, and her children, as they didn't even know the female was pregnant. They noticed a slight increase in her size, thinking she had eaten too much. One day, when Priscilla's children entered the zoo to feed the animals, they discovered a very small goat, smaller than the normal size of a kid, had been born. Initially, they thought this was a kid from a pregnant goat that was about to give birth. However, they later discovered that this was not an ordinary goat, but one of the most unusual hybrid animals, resembling a goat significantly but smaller in size, with fur covering its body, characteristic of sheep. Priscilla and her children described Geep as exceptionally fast compared to its goat and sheep peers of the same age. Due to its speed, small size, and agility, they nicknamed it the butterfly with a face and feet. Despite the surprise of Priscilla's family about Geep, it was not the first Geep born in the world, nor was it new to the scientific community. In 1984, scientists at a physiological institute in Cambridge mated sheep and goats for the first time, resulting in the world's first Geep, which was a very small goat with patches of goat hair and patches of wool. For thousands of years, a powerful animal has dominated the deserts, dubbed the ship of the desert, and this animal is the camel. The term ship of the desert was given to the camel because it withstands the harsh conditions of the desert, just as a ship withstands the harsh conditions of the sea. It is natural for camels to mate with females of their own kind, which are present in the same area where they live or even on the same continent. However, it is unnatural for camels to mate with animals living on a completely different continent. This is exactly what happened when an Arabian camel mated with a female llama living in North America. Because such mating is impossible in reality, you probably expected that it happened in a laboratory by some specialists. The first Kama was produced by artificial insemination at a center in Dubai, UAE, in 1998. The purpose of the experiment was to produce more wool than llamas, with the size, strength, and patience of an animal like the camel. Thus, a strange hybrid of two animals, one from the east and the other from the west, was produced. However, nothing comes easy, and the insemination center struggled while raising the Kama. The struggle was due to the llama's lack of proper care for the offspring, making the center solely responsible for raising them. This made dealing with the Kama more challenging than expected. But despite the hardships, we now have an animal that competes with the camel for the title of Ship of the Desert. The Kama wasn't the only hybrid produced for financial reasons. There was also another animal called the beefalo. The beefalo is a very strange hybrid between domesticated cattle and the yak bull. The yak bull is one of the long-haired cattle that live in cold regions like the Himalayas and the Tibetan Plateau. It has a massive and very powerful body, sturdy legs, and thick fur covering its entire body down to the belly. Because cattle are usually raised for meat, dairy, and their derivatives, an unusual hybrid like the beefalo is produced to produce a larger quantity of meat from the male and a larger quantity of meat and milk from the female. Indeed, after hybridization, they produced a larger quantity of milk and meat than regular domesticated cattle. They are also very strong, stronger than the yak bull. Due to their abilities to perform various tasks and their low cost, this hybrid became very popular throughout Asia, especially in Tibet and Mongolia. If you are a cat lover and want a cat different from the usual ones, then this cat is suitable for you. The Savannah cat is one of the strangest cats in the world. In fact, this cat is a hybrid resulting from the mating of a domesticated house cat and an African wildcat, or what is known as a serval cat. The first Savannah cat was produced in 1986 when a woman named Judy Frank mated a serval cat with a domesticated Siamese cat. After that, the two cats continued to mate, producing the Savannah cat. In 2001, the International Cat Association approved it as a new breed of cat. The Savannah cat has a long, slim body, often in light yellow or grey color, covered with black or brown stripes and spots. Apart from the distinctive appearance of the Savannah cat, which makes it one of the most popular hybrid cats preferred by animal breeders, it is extremely loyal to its owners. Additionally, it is highly social and adapts well to other cats and dogs. Its slender body makes it capable of jumping to high places like doors or cabinets. Not only does it jump on them, but it also possesses high intelligence, enabling it to easily open the door. But if you're considering raising one, don't worry about it running away from you if its loyalty to you is already established. Thus, we have talked today about the strangest hybrid animals ever. Would you like us to discuss something else in the upcoming videos? Write to us in the comments. And if you liked the video, don't forget to like and share it. For those of you seeing us for the first time, subscribe and activate the bell to receive our videos. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.